Several public buildings, including a school and police station in Pietermaritzburg, have been disconnected from water supply and electricity. This is due to the non-payment of rates. The Msunduzi Municipality says it's trying to recover more than 5.5 billion rand in debt. That's rates which are owed to the municipality. Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan on the ground for us, as she usually is. Karinda, good morning to you. So who's responsible for the payment of rates when it comes to public buildings?
Well, Oli, we understand that when it comes to public buildings, it is the Department of Public Works that is responsible for those rate payments. In the meanwhile, the Msunduzi Municipality is going across the city today with their respective water and electrical supply entities to cut off various buildings from these services because of non-payment of rates. Where we are now with the acting city manager, Ms. Nelisiwe Ngobo, is outside the KZN Museum in Pietermaritzburg. There are a number of school children who have come in a bus. They've just come here about to enter, but we understand that this building is one of those that have not paid their rates and will be cut off from electrical and water supply. The acting city manager joins us now. Ma'am, firstly, can you tell us about the major debt issue that the city is facing?
Thank you. Good morning to the viewers. My name is Nelisiwe Ngobo, as it has been said. Next to me, it's the acting CFO, which is Mrs. Dudu Gambo. The municipality is being owed 5.5 billion in total. In terms of rates, it's about 1.2 billion. Out of that, it's about 236 million that is owed by the government. So we've started a project where we've decided that we have to recover as much as possible, because we have been promised for a long time for the payment, but the payment is not coming forward. This is affecting the municipality in terms of delivering the services, including the roads, infrastructure, and all other services, because the employees are complaining as we speak that they don't have tools of trade. Now, for me, I have to make sure that I provide those services to our employees as well as to the residents of Msunduzi Municipality.
Ma'am, what buildings have been cut off so far besides this museum?
Okay, we have cut off SAPS, Places Layer. We've cut off community safety and liaison. We have also cut off, unfortunately, we had to negotiate the Fort Napier, and we've cut off quite a number of schools. And right now, we are going to visit about 10 schools that are not being paid for in terms of rates. And we are going to continue with this drive until the end of September, because we have to recover as much as possible.
What are your negotiations at this point with the Public Works Department that is responsible for this? Are they simply not answering to the municipality?
We've received letters from both national and provincial Department of Public Works. They are promising to pay by end of September, which for us, we can't wait for that long. We've got a bill that we must service in terms of ESCOM, and the ESCOM is not prepared to negotiate. And so as the municipality, we are not prepared to negotiate. We need this to be paid within 72 hours. At least they must give us a 50% deposit in terms of the payment. If they are not paying that, we are cutting our services.
So, ma'am, I understand in terms of this project, but what would happen to, for example, the young school kids that are here to be at this museum, or those in schools? What kind of leeway are we making for them at this point, and the police station?
That's why we are pleading with Public Works to at least pay the upfront, because we don't like what we are doing. But as a municipality as well, we have a responsibility to provide the services. Right now, we have appointed 4 contractors to do the auditing in terms of our city, because what we've picked up from Home Affairs, it's disappointing, because we've picked up that they are not paying electricity. I do understand that it's not Home Affairs, but it's the landlord. But on our side, Home Affairs has a responsibility to make sure that everything is legal in the building that they are occupying. So we are going to continue with this drive, unfortunately.
Ma'am, thank you so much for your time. We're going to keep catching up with the acting city manager for Msunduzi Municipality, Ms. Newzroom. She's joined by the CFO. My colleague Spongiseni Kubande will come with me, and we'll stay with the acting city manager for the rest of the day. She says she's going to various schools as well. And you'll see here, I mean, these little kids are going to try and get into the museum. I'm unsure if they will be able to because of the situation here where the museum is now going to be cut off from water and electricity supply, meaning operations inside the museum would have to be suspended because, of course, one needs these basic services. We heard that a local school as well, Racethorpe Secondary School, is also disconnected from these services, and they are trying to now bring in JoJo tanks and generators, but that will be at their own cost. And then the Plesisla police station, Oli, is one of those that have constantly been high on the list in terms of murders and sexual assault cases, just behind Inanda and Umlazi here in KZN. That has been disconnected from electricity and water as well, which means that operations there would have to be paused or suspended because the employees would not have proper access to services to do their job. So this is the situation here. Remember that the department, the entity responsible for managing buildings that are public buildings, is the Department of Public Works. At this point, though, there are negotiations of whether or not the landlord should be responsible for paying the rates or the public works entity that is leasing these buildings. But nonetheless, this has not been paid, and over 236 million rand is what is owing by the government in terms of the municipal rates here in Msunduzi Municipality. In total, it's 5.5 billion rand that is owed to this municipality. So, of course, here in Pietermaritzburg, it's quite a critical issue.
Karinda, Jagmohan, thank you very much for that comprehensive update. Maybe worth having a conversation with the Department of Public Works then.